this. That. Testing. Okay, so I don't even get the feedback on the mic, so maybe this is where it's at. Testing. Oh, hell. Let's see. I'm trying to make sure the microphone's actually working. Oh, nice. Good. Great. All right. So, I am going to record here. Let's get off of it. I gotta put that off to the side. Let me see the chat. Shut up. Okay. Shrink it ink. And shrink. All right, if you're joining me, I'm going to be editing video. Yeah, I'm going to be editing video. That's my cat, if you didn't hear it in the background. She's chatty. Are you chatty tonight? So, I'm going to be editing video in Adobe Premiere Pro, period, showing you behind the scenes look at creating these cat TV videos that your cats love to watch. Period. If you have questions, just post them over here, and I'll be happy to answer them if I can. Yeah, minus 16. Alright, so I gotta figure out where to stick this camera at. Not this camera, that camera, whatever camera. And let's see here so I can see if there's any chats that pop up. I'm figuring all this out in real time. Welcome to the chat. Thank you so much. Okay, I need you to, okay, I got all sorts of shit popping up here. Go away. All right. So we're going to start editing cat videos, because that's what we're doing tonight. We're editing cat videos. So I make videos for cats, and I'm using Adobe Premiere Pro to do the editing. Right here I got a little chipmunk right there. It's my little chipmunk. He's so adorable, so cute. He's a lovely little guy. Huh. This is not flipped over yet on here, so let's see what the hell is going on. Ah, okay. So it must have been a goof of that. Ah, there we go. Okay. All right, now I think I have everything working. And I think I have myself watching this, so we're just going to get started here. I'm editing in Adobe Premiere Pro. The video that I'm editing is shot. There's my little chipmunk, and I just need to edit this so you can see that it has, like, you know, the chipmunk doing his little chippy-munk thing. I've got it zoomed in. I don't like to go too close. I want to get it zoomed in a little bit more, but I got to be careful because I don't want it to get too pixelated. Even though this is shot in 4K, if I get too much of a zoom, I'm going to have that get all gross looking. All right, so got our chipmunk. And there's a further away shot because he jumps down and gets onto that food. And I am going to go forward until that's that. Then I'm going to come back here and select that panel because that's the one we're working in. And we do this. Now I want to increase the size over here on scale. Just going to increase the scale. I'm going to drop that down a little bit lower because, you know, cats like those little guys right about head level. Drop that below 200. Pull this up a little bit more. Maybe slide him over just a smidge more. Get those mushrooms in the picture because that's pretty. Alright, and I think that's good. So we'll run this and see how it looks. That looks good. Picking up the watermelon. So cute. I'm going to get a screenshot of that because that's really cute. And we're just going to, all I'm doing is using the back and forth arrows to see which picture I like best. I get like that where his mouth's open a little bit and grab that picture. I don't bother labeling them because I can see them and I just use them as my thumbnails. So there's no point in labeling them because I'm looking at them. And they're all inside that one folder. There it is. Hang on, I'll be right back. Alright. So, some chapstick on. This is very exciting. So I decided to do this. I built the wall out of stones that are just stones that I had in my yard. So he's pretty far away. I want to get him a little bit closer. I still want to use this, so just make sure I select it, and I'm going to go over here and increase this. And I got to drop it down and slide it over. So we have the chipmunk. And now we're going to take a look and see how that looks. And he disappears, and we get him over here again. So we're going to cut that a little bit. Just hit the Q key, cut it to the player head. I'm going to make this smaller. This is the marquee. I can drop the marquee down in size, which expands the timeline. Cats go crazy when they're right off the edge of the screen. It just drives them nuts. So I select that panel. Or segment piece. Just scroll along here and take a look. We're watching a little chipmunk. And he zips away here in a second, right through the water dish. Just ricochets. He parkour. Alright. Just keep going here. We have the chipmunk show back up. This one pops up at the bottom of the screen. And I'm going to actually put this cut in here, and I'm going to listen to this and see if it has any good sound. It doesn't, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. If it has good sound, what I do is I go in and remove the video portion but keep the sound portion, and then I'll slide that underneath some other video. I'm really thinking I should set up a TikTok for this as well, but then I won't be able to see what's going on. Anyways, all right. So then I have this one slide over. My little chipmunk jump up there again. He's so cute. He's a little chipmunk butt. I'm gonna grab a picture of that. Slide it over. So editing in Adobe Premiere Pro is, once you get the hang of it, it's a lot easier. Getting the hang, it's quite the learning curve on editing. Give a cut. And I have the cutting tool. That's what this little red slash thing is. You can select it over here, or you can hit the C key to get the cutting tool, the C on your keyboard. Gonna keep sliding. So a lot of this is just watching this video and seeing, actually that sounds like this might be some good sound. Yep, so that's good sound. So when I cut this, I'm going to actually grab that sound. Oh, and we got birds, we got chipmunks, all sorts of stuff going on. So I'm going to give it a cut there, and I'm going to go in and unlink, and then hit delete, and delete that section, and then I can just slide it underneath something else. So I'm gonna go grab that tool, take this, and whoops, turn the volume back up. So I hit Control Z to get rid of that, and then just drop this underneath here. And then rip delete. And then start editing again. I gotta expand the marquee so I can increase the timeline, or decrease the marquee, increase the timeline. And we'll give it a cut. I'm gonna hit the C on the keyboard to get the cutting tool up, so I'm not wasting time by going over to the side. All the tools I use for this are in the description. Go back to the beginning. So that little bird that just popped up there is a tufted titmouse. So I'm going to do the same thing here because I know that sounds good because I can hear it. And scan forward. Little tufted titmouse comes down, grabs a nut, tries to. So we're going to go back to right about here. Give it a cut, and click on that, and we're going to increase the scale. So 194. We can see the bird better, and we got to drop this down so we see him when he pops up on the rock. This will drive cats absolutely insane. So when you're doing these, you can set these to how much resolution there is when you're watching the video. So if your computer's struggling to keep up, you can just drop the resolution way down. It's going to look kind of weird. It's like, here, show you how it looks. But you'll be able to see like the basics, and then you can just pop it up. When you stop, it goes back to full. So that was weird. Okay, so let's see. All right. So I don't know if there's anything showing or not on the screen. That's kind of weird. So I'm editing in Adobe Premiere Pro, and right now I'm trying to figure out the YouTube thing because it just went black on me, so just give me a second here. And I will be back. Hey, look, no one's here. All right. What the hell? God damn it. Ah, there we go. Yeah, thanks a lot for that. All right. So, editing this video, there's our little birdie, and we got our chipmunk that comes in. That was actually a pretty cool transition. Got our chipmunk that comes on to scene. I'm going to back that up and get a picture of him, because he's being terribly cute. Scan forward. Their point at which he's being really cute is right around here. Right about there. These are all images that I use for promoting the channel. I'm editing with Adobe Premiere Pro, and the other tools that I use are in my description. So this kind of in and out that the chipmunk's doing right now drives cats absolutely insane. They really do like when the chipmunks are not quite visible, and there's a nice cardinal. So I'm going to make sure I delineate out this cardinal, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to label this. Just right click and you go to label and drop down here to magenta. And then actually I need to label my bird here too, which is this one. And we're going to label that magenta. So what I do with the labeling on this, let me get to where it was. What I do with it is I can then go and pull all the magentas are the birds. So it's easier for me to go in and pull out anything that was birds, and then I can just go in and grab it and make a video where it's just birds. And let's see, we were right here, I think. Decrease the marquee, increase the timeline. Isn't that crazy? Like, that looks like it's like no time at all, but here we go. So let's see, I have, let's see, get rid of the clear in and out. I have 2 hours and 58 minutes, and I'm at the 1:39 mark. So we'll see what I come up with as the final product of the video, because it takes a lot of video to get video of these guys. Hit the C on the keyboard to get the cutting tool, and then just slide it over. Just gonna go back and make sure I get that bird. There you go, and put that magenta. That's just a right click to pull up that menu. Arrow down to go over. I got the little chipmunk sitting off the side there, which is going to drive cats nuts because it's just sitting there hanging out doing his little chipmunk thing. I go back a little bit till he hops away. Give it a cut. Scan forward. Oh, and now we're done with that, so I'm going to listen to it. Yeah, there's nothing there. Delete. Ripple delete, which pulls it all the way to the next. It just gets rid of the whole thing and then slaps it together. We'll take a look at this and see if we've got any critters coming to it. It looks like it might have been a slow day. That's one thing on this, is that sometimes I shoot video and I don't have anything that comes to visit. Especially if my neighbors are out making a lot of noise, it's really hard to get critters in the backyard. So we're going to do this and hit Q. That's going to cut it to the playhead and ripple delete all the stuff that's in front of it between the last segment and the playhead. It ripple deletes it. So it speeds things up a little bit. Another thing I have to deal with are planes. Oh, there we go. There's a squirrel. So listen here. Go back a little bit further. Listen. Yeah, no, that's just crap. All right. Ripple delete. I love how cautious they are. And then they always sit right here on the edge of the screen. It drives me crazy. It's like they know exactly where the camera is. So I'm just going to put a cut in right about there. And then we'll scan forward and see what's going on. Oh, there he is. And yes, I know it's a he because you can see his genitalia. Like how he's looking directly at the camera, like what? Oh, we switched. So, okay, we're gonna use all that. Now we switch to this one. And I'll hit Q to edit to the playhead, or to whatever, to the playhead. Alright, you got a little jump down there. And just give it a cut. And scan forward. We got a little squirrel that came in the backside there. We're gonna get him, her, doesn't matter. They always wind up scaring each other away. It's pretty funny. I'm just gonna back that up and cut it. Trying to get a beat on how to get on that one bird feeder. He's like, no, I'm just going to go for this one. It's going to be easier. Come back. Give it a cut. Slide it forward. Chipmunks are crazy fast. Basically, you're watching for any color change on the screen. And then I also watch the seed to see if any of the seed moved. Because if I see any of it's moved, then I know. Did you see that? Let's go back. Okay, that's a chipmunk. Yeah, we're gonna get that. Okay. Q. All right. And we're gonna jack that up as much as we can. Gotta pull it down so we can actually see what I'm trying to show you guys. And you can watch the chipmunk here. That's impressive. So I'm just going to keep sliding this forward. Hit the Q. Got about an hour of editing left. Well, an hour to go through. I don't know how much more time I've got left on editing, but an hour to go through. Okay, Q. Okay, that's kind of boring, so we're gonna go back a bit. Give it a cut. And go forward in the timeline. So I'm editing these videos for the channel. You never know who's going to show up, like this starling. I don't particularly like starlings because they are an invasive species, blah, 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 blah. So I don't necessarily want starlings in the video. The hell? Let's see what's going on here. That's way too loud. Let's turn that off. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my video because I'm watching it on another thing, but it's not showing any video. Alright, so that's showing video. Okay. Go figure. So that'll be my tester. I guess I can monitor chats on this one. Alright, so let's see. The starling landing, bouncing around. Starlings, if you get a whole bunch of them, they can actually like clean you out pretty freaking quick of all of your seeds. a little bit worse than squirrels can. Ripple delete. Scan forward. Right at the edge of the camera. Oh, there he is. There you go. And Q. Cut. Scan forward again. So I have a problem, child. See this right here? I have mulberry that's growing and it is determined to grow. I'm gonna give this a cut right here and then play this and see. Oh, I gotta turn the volume back on. Delete. And give me a second here. Sorry about this. Got to turn the sound off on this one. All right, now we're back. Oh, he's so cute. Like, he's just adorable. That was cute. Let me back it up before he makes the peanut disappear. Get a picture. Grab another one. I have so many pictures of chipmunks. Like half my computer's pictures of chipmunks. Because really, I mean, they're adorable. It's like, oh my God, somebody's watching me. And the animals will startle each other, which is pretty funny. And sometimes there's absolutely nothing going on in the video that you can use because he's too far away. I don't know what that was. Looks like a bug. We'll never know. Hit the Q to get rid of all of that. Sounds like there's a lawnmower going. Oh, that would be a chipmunk. That'd be a flyby chipmunk. The number of times they put their back to the camera truly is amazing. This one is actually in pretty good shape. Usually they're pretty beat up. You'll typically have like a lot of marks right here on their back and then right around their neck where they've gotten in fights with each other. But he's looking pretty good. Man, they're fast. I shoot at 30 frames per second. And I think I'm going to do a couple where I'm shooting at 60 frames per second just so you can actually see him and like you be clear. Because they go so fast. Let's take a listen. Yeah, no, there's a lawnmower in the background. I'll show you guys here in a second how to get rid of that sound. So with that squirrel, we're going to pick that up and get him doop, doop, doop. Cut. Click on that and we're going to increase the size. Drop that down a little bit and drop this down. Oopsie. And the camera, there's no guarantee the camera is going to be level. Like this to give you an idea of how much I had to rotate it so it would be level for the shot. So I shoot with GoPro. I really do like my GoPros. I got lucky. I went to an estate sale, and it was the last day of the estate sale, which means that everything's on at least 50% off. And somehow everybody missed a GoPro. It was a GoPro 5, and I bought it for $20.25. It also came with 2 SD cards, 264 SD cards. So that was pretty nice. Oh, whoops. Forgot to cut it. Put a cut mark in there. Getting closer to being done. Sort of. I still have to edit the audio. And I'll show you on the video how I edit the audio, because I'm going to do an export here. But I'll show you. Actually sound like it might have. No, a lot more. Alright, ripple delete. I like how he goes to another bin to get stuff. Come on, it's the face. It's so cute. Let's see if I can get another one where he's in focus. He's gotta like get that nut right. See, I think if I did it at 60 frames per second, I'd be able to actually get him in focus the whole time. Oh. Go in and delete. This actually looks like it might have some good bird sound in it. Nope. You see there's a little sparrow that came in at the bottom of the screen. They blend in so well. Alright, and he is gone. Mark that. I'm going to label it magenta, so I know that's birds. Scan forward. So I set up the areas. I try to do different venues, so it's always something different. And I do have some shelving units in my garage with all like the different tchotchkes on it, just to add some variety to the imagery. That sounds like a lawnmower going again. So we have a lot of lawnmowers. Alright. Oh, there's a little chipmunk. I'm not going to include that though. I'm going to include this one. Get that back to the bird. Especially when they jump in at the bottom of the screen. My cats lose their mind when that happens. Okay, label this one with magenta because it had a bird in it. That way I can make another video where it's just all birds. Except for, you know, like, there's obviously a chipmunk in this one too, but chipmunks are pretty aggressive. They'll run off squirrels, birds, other chipmunks. They're kind of mean. Yeah, they are. I know. It's playtime. So. Alright, so I should be able to go in and remove the lawnmower sounds on this. Get this backed up to it. The little chipmunk comes out. I click on that. Whoops. I'm going to click here. Give it a cut. Why is it? Oh. Give it a cut and unlink and delete. Scan forward. Alright, so we got right about there. We hit the C, cut. Oh, he's back. Just like did a Yui, came right back. So I'm getting right about there. Get the cut. I am going to unlink, delete. Continue to slide that over. And some chipmunks know that there's like some chipmunks that are really, really mean, and the other chipmunks are like, oh hell no, I'm not even gonna mess with that. Like these two, obviously there's a little tiff going on there. Get this unlink and delete. Give it a cut. There's a little chipmunk just popped out right there. I think he's too far back on the screen. So I'll pick him up right about there. I'm gonna go in and unlink and delete. So when you unlink it, typically has the that first part that you saw, the video part of it is usually highlighted. Oh. That's boring. Pretty much when I'm editing this, if there's any point in time where I'm like, okay, that's really boring, I'm gonna get rid of it. Just give it a cut right there. That's like barely any time of video. Undo that. I think I'm just gonna get rid of that. Just ripple delete. Because if it can't keep my attention. Alright, and we got him coming out in the sunshine, so we're gonna do that and unlink and delete. Got one that came in from the bottom, is underneath the plants. It drives my cats absolutely nuts when they're like that. Give it a cut, slide it forward. Oops. I'm gonna undo that. So we got the chipmunk is like defending his territory. Like, you're not gonna eat the seeds. Everyone's like, oh hell no, I'm gone, out of here. I said chipmunks are mean. They may look cute, they're mean. I just went running through again. Whoops. Alright. So, and then they come over here, run across, next one comes out, runs across, back in. Should be the other one's like going to be right behind. Oh no, guess not. Give it a cut. I'm going to hit Q, cut to player head. Head. 32 minutes left of the video to edit. Let's see how long it takes me. I like the top-down view because I think cats like it, because it kind of gives them that idea that they're perched watching their prey. Yeah, no. Some of the audio I can clean up, some of the audio I can't. Depends on where it's fallen in the hertz. If it's really low, like a lawnmower, I can clean it up, but if it has any of that high stuff, it's kind of hard to clean it up without obliterating the bird sounds. I'm gonna give it a cue. Well, there's a female cardinal just popped on the page. Let's get that. Tag it for cardinals. Aw, that's sweet. So birdie getting fed. That's what male and female cardinals will do. Well, male cardinals will feed the female. It's part of their whole like mating thing. Alright, I'm going to tag this magenta. There we go. There's a chipmunk in the background, but I can't really see him that well, so I'm not going to be able to include him. Nope. Something went flying through. Oh, chipmunk battle. Alright, so hit Q. You see the chipmunk launching out of those flowers, like, Chipmunks are fast. What came in for the... He's gone. That's some... Oh, they're hitting the feeder, or I have a squirrel trying to hit the feeder. Nope. There we go. Starling. Alright, we're down to 29 minutes of video to go through. See if we can get anything usable out of it. All I'm doing is watching the seeds, making sure if the seeds move, then I know something came in the frame. If I don't see it right away, because the seeds are like, you know, obviously a dead giveaway. Something's been there. Oh, I get a little chipmunk. Hit play. Okay, nope. We're gonna get rid of that. Back. Ripple delete. A little chipmunk at the very bottom of the screen. Okay. Cut. And scan forward. Give it a cut, and we'll take a listen. Yeah, there's nothing there. One of my cameras doesn't pick up sound that well. And it's really frustrating because then I don't have good sound because it just doesn't pick it up. Plus some days it's just really quiet and there isn't any bird sound going on, even though there's like plenty of critters in the yard. So that kind of affects things as well. Chipmunks. Turn the volume up here, maybe I'm missing stuff. Okay, I can get rid of the background sound in that one. So I am going to unlink it and then delete the video because I don't want the video, but I want the audio. And yeah, when they're chasing each other around the yard, there's a lot of times that they wind up crashing into cameras and knocking my cameras over. That happens very regularly enough. I actually have to anchor the cameras with rocks, especially when the squirrels get feisty, because the squirrels will easily knock over the cameras. They knocked over a tripod the other day, like a full-on rugged tripod they knocked over. So, because they get to chasing each other and they'll just ricochet off of whatever's near them. Unlink that. I'm going to give that audio. It's got some good bird sound in it. Some of the squirrels are super feisty. Like this one looks like a young of the year squirrel. It's like really, it's not very sure about itself. It's kind of easing in there. There's a little chipmunk coming out. That goes across the back. I get a cut there. There's chipmunks coming in and out. But let's see the squirrel. Get a cut. I'm going to unlink. Delete the video because I'm going to use the audio. Oh, he's missing a chunk of his tail. Good Lord, look at that. Poor boy got bit. Little chipmunk just peeking like, is anybody there? I'll get a picture of that. That's pretty cute. I'm going to export that. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to cut it. See, I'm going to unlink this. Do this in order. Unlink. I'm going to delete that. And go in here where this chipmunk is. See if until it goes away. I'm going to take this piece. I'm going to increase its size. Go back, take a look. Scan it down, pan it over. We're going to take a looky-loo, see how it looks. Okay, that's really cute. We're going to go back. I'm going to go to the beginning. I'm going to hit I. I'm going to go to the end of the segment, hit O. It's going to give me my in and out point. For some reason, that's longer than... Oh, it's because that's where it is. Doop, doop. All right, out point. And we're going to go up here to export. And we're going to be chipmunk pop-up. And just scan here real quick. This, for some reason, I shot it in 1080p. Oh no, wait, I did shoot it in 4K, so I could just... I think I can bump that up. Nope. I think my frame stuff was off. Yeah, no, it's going to have to be 1080p. So now it's going to pull up media encoder, which is going to save me time because I just pop it over here. And then when I'm not using the computer, I go in and shut it all. Start doing the export and then have the computer only work on the export, which saves me time and energy because that's all the computer's doing. So I'm not waiting for the computer to think when I'm editing because it's using a lot of power right now. Especially considering I've got this on full resolution so you can see it. Full resolution's right here. If you have a hard time with your computer running Adobe and editing, you can just drop your resolution down when you're scanning your video. When you stop, it goes back to full resolution, so you can see what you're looking at. See, somebody's on. I think the squirrel hit the camera. All right, so actually, I'm going to take that section out because it's going to be hard to get rid of that sound. And we're going to unlink and delete. There's a plane. Give it a cut. And give it another cut. The problems with planes is that they have such a deep, low noise. I have to cut off all the sound below a certain hertz level, about 1500. And that's really the only way I can get the audio clean. And then you can hear stuff, because right now you can't hear anything because the plane's so darn loud. Alright, we're going to go in here and unlink and delete. I'm going to show you that audio thing I was talking about. So we're going to edit this clip in Adobe Audition. Now if we look at this, you see that like this whole area down here is just lit up like a Christmas tree, and that's because it's a plane. But up here we have bird songs, so if we listen, that sounds pretty nice. So what we can do is we cheat, totally cheat. I go in about like 1500. And what I'm doing is I'm kind of looking at seeing like where these bird calls go to. I'm going to just pull it down just a little bit below that. And I'm going to hit delete. And I know that is a hack job, and it is okay because it works out fine for my audio. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is decrease this marquee, expand the timeline below. Need to be a little bit tighter. I'm going to play this. I'm going to find a different piece to use. I think that's going to be hard to do. Well, let's see here. Go here. Okay, that one's good. So I'm trying to find a piece that doesn't have any bird songs in it. So now I've got this. I can go up to effects. I can go to noise reduction. I can capture the noise print. Click off of it. And then just look at my numbers here. That's pretty good. Enough for government work. And now expand this back out, or what it looked like before. Now we're going to hit play. Oh, we got this really nice audio. I mean, here, so you can hear it. So the audio is great, and that gets it really nice and clean for us. So we can use that, and then we just go up here and close, and it's like, hey, do you want to save that? And you say, yeah, I do. Now before anybody comes at me about how I do my files, this was what works for me. I shoot videos like this. I have lots of hours of videos to go through. I am not going to take the time to label all of these. It's just not going to happen. So I just go off the numbers that were assigned with the GoPro. It is not, I know that's like, if you're doing videos where you're interviewing people, stuff like that, you're going to want to have like an inventory of that. You're going to want to have everything properly labeled. I don't do that because I don't need to. Good Lord, if I sit there and renamed all these files, I'd lose my freaking mind. They're all in one folder. That's good enough for me. Little chipmunk at the top. Cut. Select that. Unlink. Delete. Scan it forward. Give it a cut. I had a wind chime out. I thought it would sound good, but I don't think it sounds good. So the squirrel's right there on the edge of the screen. Oh, and runs into the camera, of course. So this is the stuff I deal with. This is a squirrel who's decided to get on top of the camera. I really do need to set up a camera so I can get video of the squirrels getting on the camera, because this is actually up on a tripod that the squirrel's gotten onto. They drive me crazy. Alright. Occasionally, they'll try to bite the camera. And for the most part, they leave them alone besides standing on them. Delete. You see that? Good God. Ooh. Oh. There we go. Poor guy. Oh. So I want to get these edits done so I can render this while I'm sleeping. And we are getting closer and closer to the 26-minute mark. All right, so we're into the next one. And here's a little chipmunk. It's like peeking around the corner. It's like, hello. I can go out and remove the bell tones from the wind chimes I have up. Oh, that's cute. Let's go back to that one. Got a little screenshot there. Dun, dun, dun. I was like, hey, what's going on? The young squirrels are always really timid about getting the nuts. They're just pretty cute. They're always like kind of a little unsure of themselves. Oh, that's a pretty squirrel. All right, we're gonna unlink and delete. We got about 11 minutes left of the video to go through. Link, delete. I think this little squirrel's almost took us to the end. And she's back. It's like a vacuum cleaner for seeds. Those mamas gotta eat. Complete. Some good bird sound in there, so I gotta definitely grab that one. Alright, now we are done. Here, we'll delete that. So now we have this whole segment here that's finished. So I'm going to go in and hit the V key and then just start pulling this sound. These extra sound pieces I've got, and pull them down. I need to expand some stuff here. Oops. So I'm going to expand that so you can see what I'm doing. Whoops. That there. This one was kind of quiet. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to take that one over there too. And it looks like I got one right here. Just drop him down. Grab that sound. this one. Over here. So a little sliver right. Next one over. Whoops. And I think we just need to ripple delete. Drop that over there. Ripple delete, ripple delete, ripple delete. Oh, looks like we have one more right. Here, I'm just looking for breaks in the timeline. So it'll show me where I am missing video at. And that's that yellow bar that I'm looking at. Just give it a scan here real quick. All right, we're good. So now what we're gonna do is shrink this down. Oh wait, we gotta put that together with that one. Guess we're not done yet. Grab that one and slide it over. Maybe, maybe not. Sometimes they wanna go just wherever they wanna go. They don't, it doesn't make any sense. All right, and ripple delete, expand the timeline so you can see where the holes are. Ripple delete. We're just going to scan it for any missing bits. All right, it's pretty good. All right, take another look, make sure. Okay, we're good there. All right, so I'm going to go arrow down to go to the very first frame. I'm gonna hit I. I'm gonna go here, put the player head there. I'm gonna hit the arrow up key, the arrow left key to get into that last frame, hit O. That gives me 54 minutes of video. So of, let's see, this first part right over here was 46-ish minutes. So of close to 6 hours of video, I got about an hour and 40 minutes of usable video. I hit export. And this is going to be section 2 for audio edit. Send to media encoder. And then what we do is go over here to media encoder and we hit doop and it starts encoding for us and we go to bed. Have a nice night. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to close up shop here.